So, Leos, how's it going? Medicine here. And I just want to say a warm thank you for joining us in Circle today. Whew, this is going to be a good one. I can feel it, I can feel it, I can feel it. Um, I want to say thank you as well for your spirits collaborating with my guides to bring about this message from Spirit to us. And today we are looking at the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit upright. So basically, let me kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what this week is going to be like, January 22nd to the 28th of 2017 for you Leos. It seems that there's going to be a lack of energy perhaps earlier on in the week. That's what I'm getting the most of, is a lack of energy. For some of you Leos, you may have become quite bossy. There is the other side to Leos that when you don't get your way, you might end up being the person that is very bossy. You're going to see things my way or no way. Going to be the person that if you don't do things like I tell you to, then I'm going to make your life a living hell. All that kind of stuff kind of happens with the Queen of Wands. This is also a person who may have lost faith, and they have a lack of energy. They just don't have the energy to go out and make anything happen. They've lost faith. You know, they just don't have it. They're just exhausted, really. They're just that self-confidence that they have had in themselves in the previous weeks has now been on kapoots, and so everything's kind of I just can't right now. I just can't. That's kind of what's going to be happening at the beginning of this week for you. So this doesn't necessarily have to be you now, Leos. It could be you. It could totally be someone that is close to you in your life. Someone in your life that is possibly being very bossy towards you, or someone in your life that is being kind of bullish and kind of doing things in spite of you because they're not getting whatever it is that they want out of you. And I kind of want to say that this kind of has to do with a business for some of you, or your health for others, because now I have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, I want to say that I have two queens here, and this kind of happened for another group of people that I read for. I got two of these guys, and this ended up also representing a group of women. And sometimes that can happen. When you're getting two of the same suit in a court, it can also represent a group of women coming around, and everything seems to be kind of on a downward spiral. Now what separates the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles here from the Queen of Wands rather, is that the Queen of Pentacles is very traditional, and you're going to do things her way, and you're going to work hard just like she's going to work hard, and this is how it's going to be, and she's not going to have any respect for anyone who's not doing anything at the utmost of how she does it. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is representative of Capricorn. Capricorn is a very hard worker. Both of these queens actually rule, they usher in and they rule over cardinal signs, right? So one rules Aries and the other one rules Capricorn. Does that mean that someone else in your life is not a Leo or a Sagittarius? No. Does that mean that someone else in your life is not a Virgo or Taurus? No. But these are just what they rule. They kind of give you an idea. Queen of Pentacles rules Capricorn. Both of them are cardinal, and the reason that I'm saying that is because they both get things started. They're really good at getting things started, and the queens are very good at building and growing and getting things started. They're good at getting things off the ground. But in this case, this week, they're not doing that. They're not so much getting things off the ground. This is the other side of what an earth sign looks like when they become so traditional that their way is the only way, and anyone who is not doing it their way, I have no respect for you, get out of my kitchen. That is the Queen of Pentacles in a nutshell, pretty much. This can also express development, things going wrong. You know, you've made some orders, the orders have arrived, and yet they're not the right items that you were wanting. Everything is just kind of everything that you set out to do to get things going in the previous week or the previous day or previous moment, wherever, it's not showing up right. Everything is showing up wrong. Maybe there was all this time and energy you put into organizing and getting everything right, and all of a sudden it's showing up wrong. And again, just like with the Queen of Wands, this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This can also be someone close to you. Although when I have to admit that when I first read this, I first saw someone who was having a lack of energy and everything kind of going wrong, everything kind of getting disorganized and out of place, because they just gave up. They're too exhausted, they're too fatigued here, they're too tired to keep things organized, and so everything's just kind of whacked out. This is kind of the first thing that I saw when I first saw this card. But I just want to give you some other alternatives, as I know there's plenty of others out there who are reading this, and not everyone is going to have the same thing. So those are some different things that are going on. Either way, it is very good for you at this time to kind of take some time and be to yourself. Okay, so here it is again. I'm kind of getting the Queen of Wands, who is lacking that energy and it is exhausted, and yet has the Hermit here towards the end of the week, who is saying this is the time for you to go take some time for yourself. Follow your guiding light. This is the time for you to go seek the answers that you need to seek on your own, not look for them from external factors such as other people. Although, if you happen to find somebody according to your own intuition that comes up, that's fine. This is not saying that, but this is talking about your current life, your current world that you're in right now, the current people that are in your life right now. This is a time for you to kind of step away from that and get and sit with yourself and get with yourself and get to know you for a little while and nurture you for a little while, like the Virgo suggests is a very nurturing sign, and Virgo is what rules the Hermit. This is a time for you to nurture you for a little while. So it's going to be very important for you to take some time for yourself, to kind of get all of this mishmash kind of figured out and fixed up for you, so that in the coming week you got that energy there. And meanwhile, you have Nimue here, okay, to guide you and help you along the way, dear Leos. Now, Nimue also came up for another sign reading earlier, and so I don't necessarily need to go through the book to kind of read this one. I'll tell you, she is a patient Dragonfae, but she's very to the point, and she will not bring her gifts to you until she knows that you are ready to receive them. You must call her in. Spirits will not come and help you out. Guides will not come and help you out until you actually call to them. And she is just the same. She will not come and assist you in anything until you call her in. Nimue works with jewelry. She especially works with the earth nations and the stones and crystals. And so she's a creator of talismans. She works with stones. She works with crystals. Perhaps this might be a time for you, for example, to go out and work with her in order to create a crystal grid. That might be an example. This is a time for you to wear jewelry and be very intentional in the jewelry that you wear, the crystals that you wear, what they're used for. Make sure that you clear them. Make sure that you set intentions with them. Make sure that you know what their uses are for you. That's what Nimue is all about. But Nimue, one of the things that she asks, if you're going to be working with her as a guide this week, dear Leos, is that you make yourself ready for a change. Because right now, changes are happening in your life. And it is time for you to not be afraid. It is time for you to put on some new pants, baby. Put on a new dress and embrace change. Embrace it. Allow it in. Say yes to it. That's what Nimue is all about. She's about changes. She's about changes, and she's about the willingness to embrace change. And so this is a time where you need to be willing to embrace change. Okay, now a couple of things that she suggests, we were talking about wearing jewelry, working with her. She says no procrastination and changing yourself. Bring focus to your work. Focus to your work. She says wear a talismanic jewelry. So wear a talisman. Wearing jewelry that represents a talisman for you. Separate yourself from the mainstream for a while to be truly who you are. And for your work to have unique energy. Okay, separate yourself from the mainstream. We were talking about that with the Hermit. It's time to get yourself separate. It's time to get yourself away from all that for a little while. Make the change you want to see in your life immediately. Don't waste your precious time. Start now. That's right. The Dragonfae is very much to the point, very much to the head of the matter. You attack the matter right now, here today. You start now. You start now. You start now. You do it now. That's what this is all about. Dear Leos, that's what this is all about. Okay, she says it's time for you to free yourself from the confines of others' expectations and investigate other less conventional ways of making a living. Okay, she says you may be drawn to a particular crystal at this time and may enjoy simply entering into more regular communion with the element of earth and its minerals. Okay, she says wear jewelry that has been cleansed by you and energized by you and understand its significance and power for you. Okay, she says make each piece you can choose to wear a totem symbolizing your own self. Okay, adorning and expressing who you truly are. Above all, the message of a new Nimue is to free yourself. Okay, so stop expecting others to unshackle the chains and force you to walk free. You and only you can remove that which is holding you back. Okay, so all this energy, all this is happening right now earlier on in the week with the Queen of Wands and that lack of energy right there. And then the Queen of Pentacles and everything's just discombobulated and not working. And then you get the Hermit where it's time to take some time for yourself. She's saying you need to start making some quick change right now here today, boo. You need to make it right now here today. Okay, you need to bring it about in the world right now here today. Okay, don't wait. Don't waste time. But take some time for yourself. Okay, get yourself out of the situation. Take some time for yourself. Free yourself from them shackles and let yourself be free. Walk in your truth. Okay, and wear jewelry that is talismanic. It represents something that is of you, yourself, who you are. I would definitely look up Nimue. I would definitely do some research on her. I would definitely journey on her. She's got that red dragon in the background. However way, if you want to sit in yoga, you want to close your eyes and you want to meditate on her, great. However way you want to do that, do it. Have fun. I would love to hear some feedback for you if you're feeling up to messaging me on how this might have worked for you. Someone who's worked with the energies of Nimue throughout the week. Love to hear from you. Love to hear from you in general, but especially if you have anything. I'd love to hear how our guides are working with our people of today. So please give me a holla. If you have any questions, if you'd like a free personal reading, give me a holla. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Have a great day and a great week. Aho.